The strange signals arrived on a Tuesday. Dr. Park hadn't expected anything unusual during his night shift at the Global Space Observation Center in Busan. The rhythmic patterns caught his attention, too regular to be natural cosmic noise. Han, come look at this, he called to his research assistant. Han moved from his workstation, coffee in hand. What am I seeing? I don't know yet, but these energy signatures match nothing in our database. Dr. Park's fingers flew across his keyboard, applying different filters to the incoming data. 3 days later, the patterns were confirmed at observation stations across Earth. The signals showed massive objects moving at impossible speeds toward the galactic core. Dr. Park's team worked tirelessly, eventually decoding what appeared to be communication patterns between the objects. It's a fleet, Dr. Park announced at the emergency United Nations Space Council meeting. Based on their trajectory and speed, they'll reach the Andromeda Alliance worlds in approximately 6 months. Captain Sun, recently appointed as Earth's military liaison to the galactic community, stood next to Dr. Park as they presented the evidence. The room fell silent as the implications became clear. We need to warn the Alliance immediately, Captain Sun said firmly. Earth had only joined the galactic community 15 years earlier, still regarded as newcomers by species that had traveled the stars for millennia. Their warnings were met with polite dismissal. The humans are likely misinterpreting natural phenomena, the Centauri ambassador stated during the Alliance emergency session. Their technology is primitive by our standards. We have verified these readings, Representative Jin insisted, her voice steady despite the frustration building inside her. This fleet shows signs of aggressive formation. They're not responding to standard peaceful contact protocols. The Proxima delegate waved a tentacled limb dismissively. Earth barely understands basic interstellar travel. We appreciate your concern, but our advanced defense systems would detect any genuine threat. For weeks, Earth scientists gathered more data, refining their predictions. The fleet was now classified as the Sigma event in official communications. Dr. Park rarely left his laboratory, analyzing every scrap of information they could gather. Why won't they listen? Han asked one night as they reviewed new data showing the fleet accelerating. New voices are often ignored, Dr. Park replied, his eyes tired but determined, especially when the message is uncomfortable. Captain Sun established unofficial channels with military contacts she'd made during training exercises with Alliance forces. A few junior officers took Earth's warnings seriously, but couldn't convince their superiors. The first attack came without warning. The outer colony of Proxima Centauri went silent mid-transmission. Within hours, 3 more Alliance outposts stopped communicating. Representative Jin stood before the Alliance Council again, her expression grim. The threat we warned you about has arrived. The Sigma fleet is attacking Alliance worlds. We need to coordinate a response immediately. This time the council chamber erupted in panicked discussion. The Rigelian ambassador turned accusing eyes toward Jin. Why didn't you warn us with more evidence? Captain Sun stepped forward, her voice cutting through the chaos. We provided all available evidence. You chose not to listen. As reports of devastation flooded in, Earth's military command prepared for the worst. The attacking force, now visible in long-range scans, appeared to be a collective entity the survivors called the Devourers. They moved with a hive-like coordination that overwhelmed even the most advanced Alliance defenses. They're methodical, Dr. Park observed, watching simulation models based on attack patterns. They're working their way through the galaxy systematically. Earth had months, perhaps a year, before the Devourers reached the Sol system. While the Alliance world scrambled for emergency evacuations or surrender negotiations, humanity made a different choice. In a historic address, Earth's United Council announced, "We will not surrender. We will not evacuate. We will prepare, and we will fight." As Alliance refugees began arriving in Earth's solar system, they were surprised to find not a planet in panic, but one transforming for war. Mining ships converted to carriers. Orbital platforms becoming defense stations. Every resource directed toward survival. You actually believe you can fight them? Asked a Proximan refugee engineer. Captain Sun looked up from battle plans. We don't just believe it, we're counting on it. The universe ignored Earth's warning. Now they'll see Earth's response. The transformation of Earth began with purpose. In the vast underground complex beneath Seoul, Colonel Ju stood before a wall of screens displaying the approaching Devourer fleet. 6 months until arrival. It wasn't much time. We can't match their technology, she told the assembled engineers and scientists, but we don't need to. We just need to surprise them. The galaxy's advanced civilizations had fallen quickly because they fought conventional wars against an unconventional enemy. The Devourers operated as a single mind controlling billions of bodies. They expected resistance to follow predictable patterns. Humans, Colonel Ju said with a slight smile, are anything but predictable. Engineer Nam had worked in mining operations before the crisis. Now he led teams converting industrial equipment into weapons. While other species built elegant energy beams, humans modified mining drills into short-range weapons that could penetrate Devourer hulls. They won't expect this, Nam explained, demonstrating a prototype. Mining equipment designed to cut through asteroids, repurposed to cut through ships. In laboratories across Earth, Dr. Yoon directed research into the Devourers' communication patterns. The hive mind transmitted constantly between units. This presented both a challenge and an opportunity. We can't block their signals, Dr. Yoon told her team, but we can confuse them. The quantum communication system she developed worked differently from anything in known space. Rather than transmitting through normal space, it utilized quantum entanglement. Two particles, once entangled, would instantly reflect each other's state, regardless of distance. No transmission to intercept, she explained to military leaders. No way for them to know we're communicating. While scientists worked on technology, ordinary people prepared in other ways. Cities built underground shelters. Farmers moved operations into converted mines and submarine facilities. Solar collectors were disguised as natural formations. 2. An observer from space Earth would soon appear abandoned. The first test of human ingenuity came when a small Devourer scout ship entered the outer solar system. Instead of attacking or running, Earth forces watched silently. Special stealth ships once used for asteroid mining tracked the scout's movements. Hold position, Captain Wu instructed his crew. Let it come closer. The scout passed Jupiter, without detecting the human vessel shadowing it. When it reached the asteroid belt, Captain Wu gave the order. A modified mining charge attached to the scout's hull, not to destroy but to record. We need to understand how they work, he explained. Every piece of information helps. For 2 days, the devices transmitted the scout's internal operations back to Earth via quantum channels. When the scout finally detected the intrusion and self-destructed, Earth had gathered valuable data. Dr. Yoon made a breakthrough while analyzing the data. They process information differently, she announced during an emergency meeting. Their neural networks operate on specific frequencies our equipment normally filters out as noise. This discovery led to a new weapon. The pulse would target those specific frequencies, temporarily disrupting the Devourer's hive connection. In simulations, affected units became confused without central control. Meanwhile, Colonel Ju oversaw the transformation of Earth's orbit. Satellites were replaced, with weaponized platforms disguised as debris. The moon's far side became a massive manufacturing center and fleet harbor. When they arrive, she told her officers, they'll find nothing but a seemingly primitive world with minimal defenses. That's what they expect. The trap will be complete. As the 6-month countdown neared its end, refugees from fallen worlds continued arriving. Many brought technologies and knowledge that accelerated Earth's preparations. Survivors from 7 different species joined human defense forces, impressed by Earth's determination. Why fight? Asked a refugee engineer from Proxima. My world was far more advanced. We fell in days. Because we have no choice, Nam replied simply, and because we're too stubborn to accept defeat. The final piece of the defense plan came from an unlikely source. A refugee child's drawing showed Devourers, confused by a maze. It sparked an idea in Captain Wu's mind. Earth would become a maze. False signals would lead devourers into traps. Underground networks would allow humans to appear and disappear. The entire planet would become a battlefield designed to fragment the hive mind. "We don't need to destroy them all," Colonel Ju told the world's leaders during the final briefing. "We just need to break their connection, make them fight as individuals instead of a collective." 1 month before the expected arrival, Earth went dark. Cities powered down. Communications ceased. The planet appeared abandoned or primitive, and, beneath the surface, humanity waited. The Devourer fleet arrived during Earth's night. They entered the solar system as a dark swarm, their ships moving in perfect harmony. From orbit, Earth looked peaceful. Cities remained dark. No satellites orbited. Only occasional lights from small villages dotted the landscape. "Primitive," thought the Hive commander. Its consciousness spread across thousands of vessels. They've abandoned their technology in fear. The Devourers had consumed 12 advanced civilizations before reaching Earth. Each conquest followed the same pattern. Arrive. Overwhelm defenses. Absorb knowledge and resources. Move on. The Hive commander expected no different here. The first wave of scout ships entered Earth's atmosphere above the Pacific Ocean. Sensors detected primitive radio signals and simple power systems, nothing suggesting advanced technology. The Hive commander directed larger vessels to begin descent. In an underground command center beneath Mount Hala, Colonel Ju watched the invasion through hidden cameras. Her face remained calm, but her fingers tightened around the edge of the control panel. "Wait for it," she whispered. Thousands of kilometers away, Dr. Yoon sat before a bank of monitors in a facility under the Gobi Desert. Her quantum communication network connected every human defense post without detectable signals. Her team had one task: wait for the perfect moment. "Enemy forces entering stratosphere," reported an operator. "Main fleet positioning over major population centers." Dr. Yoon nodded. "All stations prepare quantum pulse devices." The first Devourer landing ships touched down in fields outside Seoul. Others descended near Tokyo, New York, and Cairo. No resistance met them. Their sensors detected humans hiding underground, but no military response. "Proceed with standard harvesting protocols," the Hive commander ordered. "These humans will provide minimal resources but require minimal effort." As landing ships opened their hulls, smaller units emerged. Each contained part of the Hive consciousness, linked to the central mind. They moved with perfect coordination, spreading out toward nearby shelters. In her command center, Colonel Ju opened a secure channel. "All units, Operation Thunderbolt commencing in 30 seconds. Across Earth, humans waited in silence. Former miners gripped modified drilling equipment. Scientists prepared specialized disruptors. Soldiers stood ready beside weapons designed specifically for this moment. 3, 2, 1. Now." Dr. Yoon activated the quantum pulse. The effect was immediate and devastating. The frequency attack disrupted the neural patterns of the Devourer hive mind. For the first time in its existence, the collective consciousness fragmented. Confusion spread through the Devourer forces. Individual units lost connection to the central mind. Some froze in place. Others moved erratically, unable to process commands. From hidden bunkers, Earth's defense forces emerged. They attacked not with traditional weapons but with tools designed to exploit the Devourer's weakness. Mining drills pierced the armored shells of confused units. Modified sonic devices shattered the crystalline neural pathways inside. Near Seoul, Captain Wu led a strike team against a major landing vessel. "Remember the plan," he told his squad. "Don't try to destroy the whole ship. Target the neural nodes." His team had trained for months for this moment. They moved with precision, placing specialized charges at key points along the vessel's structure. Each explosion wasn't designed to destroy, but to disrupt, to create chaos. Above Earth, the Hive commander experienced something new: panic. Its consciousness, spread across thousands of vessels, suddenly contained gaps. Sections of itself had gone silent or sent confused signals. "Reconnect," it commanded. Restore the link, but the quantum pulse continued, preventing full connection. Earth forces had studied the Devourer communication patterns carefully. They knew exactly which frequencies to disrupt. In orbit, Devourer ships began firing blindly, hoping to destroy whatever caused the disruption. But Earth's defenses remained hidden. Camouflaged platforms fired back, then changed position through hidden tunnels. After 6 hours of fighting, the Devourers did something they had never done before. They retreated. Damaged ships struggled to leave Earth's atmosphere. Those that managed to escape gathered at a safe distance. In her command center, Colonel Ju watched the surviving enemy forces regroup. "They'll be back," she said quietly. "But now they know we can hurt them." Dr. Yoon studied the data from the battle. "We've changed the equation," she said. For the first time, they experienced fear. The Battle of Earth became known throughout the galaxy as the day the invincible were proven vulnerable, the day humanity drew first blood. 3 months after the Battle of Earth, Admiral Kang stood on the bridge of the Determination, Earth's first true warship. Built using captured Devourer technology and human innovation, it represented the next phase in humanity's fight. The ship looked crude by galactic standards, all sharp angles and exposed systems, but its appearance was deceiving. "Status report," Admiral Kang requested. "Fleet is assembled and ready, Admiral," replied his second-in-command. "All ships report quantum communications fully operational. The counter-offensive, codenamed Operation Lightning Strike, would target the Devourer's command structure." Dr. Yoon's research had revealed that while the hive mind could spread across many vessels, key coordination nodes existed. Destroy enough nodes, and the entire network would suffer. From defeated Devourer ships, humans had extracted crucial information about these command centers. 3 had been identified in nearby star systems. Each controlled thousands of Devourer vessels. "Remember our objective," Admiral Kang told the assembled fleet commanders during the final briefing. "We aren't trying to destroy their entire force. That's impossible. We're striking at their ability to coordinate." The human fleet consisted of 60 vessels, a tiny force compared to the Devourer's thousands. But these ships carried Dr. Yoon's improved quantum disruptors. And unlike the Devourers, each human ship operated independently. As Earth's fleet prepared to depart, a delegation from the Galactic Council arrived. The same officials who had dismissed Earth's warnings now came seeking help. "Our remaining forces are scattered," the Centauri ambassador admitted. "We need your assistance." Admiral Kang's response was simple. "We'll help everyone, even those who ignored us. But we fight our way, not yours." The fleet departed using a new form of propulsion, reverse-engineered from Devourer technology. They arrived at their first target, a gas giant in the Proxima system, and found a massive Devourer processing station. The station converted raw materials into new ships and units. "Commence Phase 1, Admiral Kang ordered. Small stealth vessels approached the station, deploying specialized mines that attached to its outer hull. These weren't conventional explosives but carried Dr. Yoon's neural disruptors. "Quantum mines activated," reported the weapons officer. When the mines detonated, they released no explosive force. Instead, they emitted precise energy pulses that traveled through the station's neural pathways. The effect was immediate. The station's coordinated activities faltered. "Phase 2, Admiral Kang commanded. The fleet emerged from hiding positions and attacked with precision. They targeted communication arrays and control centers, not the station's primary systems. Within hours, the once coordinated Devourer units began acting independently, confused and ineffective. This pattern repeated across 2 more systems. At each location, the human fleet didn't try to destroy the Devourers completely. They simply severed the connections between units and command nodes. After the 3rd successful strike, Admiral Kang received an unexpected transmission. It came through standard channels, not the quantum network. "You fight differently," came the message from the Devourer overmind. It was the first time the hive consciousness had communicated directly with any species. "We adapt," Admiral Kang replied simply. As news of human victories spread, scattered alien forces began to rally. Species that had surrendered or fled found new courage. Some joined the human fleet. Others launched their own operations against isolated devourer forces. The Galactic Council, once dismissive of Earth's warnings, now requested regular strategic briefings. Earth's methods, unconventional, adaptable, unpredictable, proved effective against an enemy that relied on patterns and predictability. 6 months into the counter-offensive, the Devourers began retreating from multiple sectors. For the first time, they faced an enemy they couldn't simply overwhelm. They're learning, Dr. Yoon warned during a strategy session. Their communication patterns are changing. They're trying to adapt to our disruption techniques. Admiral Kang nodded. Then we'll change our techniques. That's what humans do best. The war had entered a new phase. The Devourers, once thought invincible, now faced an enemy that refused to follow the rules of conventional warfare. An enemy that had warned the galaxy, been ignored, and then fought back anyway. The massive structure orbiting the dying star looked like nothing found in nature. Its surface pulsed with energy as billions of connected units formed the central hub of the Devourer Collective. This was their origin point, the place where the hive mind had first formed countless centuries ago. Admiral Kang studied the structure through the view screen of the Determination. Earth's fleet had grown. What began as 60 vessels now numbered over 500, with ships from a dozen formerly conquered species fighting alongside humans. They've pulled back their forces to defend this location, reported Captain Shin. Sensors show over 2,000 Devourer vessels. Despite 2 years of war, the Devourers still outnumbered the Allied fleet, but numbers no longer determined victory. The Devourers had learned fear. They had learned what it meant to face an enemy that refused to surrender. All ships maintain formation, Admiral Kang ordered. Remember the plan. The plan represented the culmination of human ingenuity and alien cooperation. Dr. Yoon had developed the ultimate version of her quantum disruptor, a device capable of severing the connection between the central overmind and its countless units permanently. The Allied fleet approached in 3 waves. The first would draw Devourer fire. The second would target defensive systems. The third, led by the Determination, would deliver Dr. Yoon's device to the central hub. First wave, commence attack, Admiral Kang commanded. The battle erupted with blinding intensity. Devourer vessels moved with desperate coordination, fighting to protect their core consciousness. For the first time, they fought not to conquer but to survive. On the Determination's bridge, Ambassador Min watched alongside Admiral Kang. Once Earth's voice to a dismissive galaxy, she now represented humanity to a coalition of grateful species. The Rigelian ships are taking heavy damage, reported Captain Shin. Centauri forces moving to support. The coordination between formerly rival alien species would have been unthinkable before the Devourer threat. Earth hadn't just united humanity, it had united much of the galaxy. As the second wave engaged, creating openings in the Devourer defense, an unexpected transmission came through. "We wish to communicate," came the voice of the Overmind. "Cease hostilities for discussion, Admiral." Kang exchanged glances with Ambassador Min. This was unprecedented. The Devourers had never sought dialogue before. "We will hear you," Ambassador Min replied. A holographic image formed on the bridge, a swirling mass of connected neural pathways representing the Overmind's consciousness. "Your species fights differently," it stated. "You could have destroyed our forces many times but chose disruption instead." "We fight to end threats, not to annihilate," Ambassador Min responded. "We offer terms," the Overmind continued. "Half the galaxy remains yours, the rest ours. We will not approach your territories again." The offer was tempting. Peace without further bloodshed, a clear division of space. But Ambassador Min remembered the fallen worlds, the billions who had perished because the galaxy hadn't heeded Earth's warning. "We don't seek territory," she said firmly. "We seek a universe where intelligent species don't consume others, where warnings are heeded, where strength means protecting those who cannot protect themselves." "Impossible," the Overmind replied. Our nature is to consume, to grow. Then your nature must change, Admiral Kang stated. As must ours, as must all who wish to share this galaxy. The transmission ended abruptly. The Devourers renewed their attack with increased ferocity. Third wave, move into position, Admiral Kang ordered. The determination led the final approach, taking heavy damage as it neared the central hub. Dr. Yoon's device activated, sending quantum pulses into the neural structure of the overmind. The effect was immediate and profound. Across the battlefield, Devourer ships stopped moving in perfect coordination. Some continued fighting. Others drifted aimlessly. The hive mind was fragmenting. Days later, when the fighting ended, a new reality began. Individual Devourer units, now disconnected from the controlling overmind, showed signs of independent thought. Many surrendered. Some fled into deep space. The threat that had consumed worlds was ended, not through annihilation, but transformation. Taktur, the years that followed, Earth became the center of a new galactic community. Not through conquest or technological superiority, but because humanity had demonstrated something rare: the wisdom to warn others of danger, and the determination to fight not just for themselves but for all. The universe had ignored Earth's warning. They never made that mistake again.